What you gonna play now?
Clap it. That's right, I'm back and it's not a repeat. So turn up the volume and start rocking to the beat. Cause I'm on a beat line to your funny bones. So lock all the doors and disconnect the phone. People say I'm crazy, a madcap loon. Kids talk to me like I'm a cartoon. Just for your entertainment I've been employed. So turn on, tune in, sit back and enjoy.
To take care of your smarts for you.
Well, they let one do it. What would the other 399 think? Besides, I can't entrust my underwear to women. They'd only keep them as souvenirs.
I haven't read about you in one of these nasty papers.
That's because I'm whiter than white. In fact, I'm not just white. I'm biological.
I am surprised with 400 women chasing after your pantaloons. Don't mind Delbert, you hear? If lies were cabbages, this boy would have a whole allotment. His mother knows that he is a righteous soul, really.
Yeah, you know why? Because she used to drag me to Sunday school every week in a half Nelson. Every time I hear rock of ages, I get this terrible twinge in my back.
I saw your mother in Tesco's the other day, and she is the one in pain. What is the matter with that boy? She say, when is he going to settle down?
Look, ladies, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the only person who knows what is going on inside my posing pouch is me, right?
That is where you are wrong, young man. You are forgetting the Lord. That is right. The Lord can read the mind of this irreverent puppy.
Well, in that case, he must know how I'd like to fill them two big dryers over there.
Wash your mouth out. Cheeky monkey.
Judas.
I thought you couldn't hear what your mum was saying.
That's the whole point. I didn't want to hear what she was saying. I knew already.
That's not a hymn.
Yes, it is. Princess, stop wearing those lacy black knickers now.
Dare you profane the house of the Lord?
It's you that's making me think profane thoughts.
I only want you to talk to them after the service, that's all.
And say what, Mum? Excuse me, girls, that was a fine set of booties you were shaking during Bless My Lord.
I didn't want to hear what your mum was saying. Why didn't you put the earpiece in your other ear?
Sorry, Winston, what was that profound observation?
I said, why didn't you put the earpiece...
Shut up and clap. Well, is my Walkman going to be burnt at the stake or what?
Count yourself lucky. Your undignified lack of respect passed unnoticed.
Well, he's no angel, is he? I'm sure I saw him slip a couple of James Brown moves in there.
Where's Winston?
Gone to fetch the car. Correction, to see if he can remember where he left it. I hope you put the dinner on a low light.
One of these Sundays, it won't be a car I'm going home in. It'll be a minibus. A minibus full of my daughter-in-law, my grandchildren, my daughter-in-law parents. Manage on a push bike at the moment.
Mum, lighten up. What's all the big rush to get me married off all of a sudden? Every time you've dragged me to church, it's the same. I'm sure it's all that begetting stuff. You know, Ezekiel sprang from the loins of Rebecca.
I wish it wouldn't to yours. The only loins you think about is pork, wrapped in foil and served with yams and okra.
You know what I mean? That's my favorite. But listen, those Old Testament geezers didn't have me to listen to on the radio. They had to have big families to alleviate the boredom. Anyway, I'm building a career, not a tribe.
Still, you need a companion to come home to.
Not me, guy. I'm a feminist, you know what I mean? I want my woman to be as independent as I am. I don't need no one to cook, clean, or sew for me.
No, because you got me doing all that already.
I'm to do my driving. I've got a royal flash.
Don't try and butter me up. Look at Winston. He behaved like a grown-up. Married at 19.
Yeah, divorced at 22. On grounds of incompatibility. She was a woman and he wasn't.
See, Delbert? The experience has matured him. He's able to laugh at his misfortune. Winston's a fully rounded human being and a gentleman.
Nah, Mum. If he'd have been a gentleman, he'd have moved that big bag of ironing I'm bringing round to your house. Boy, gentleman, Jim. It's roast pork today, so burn rubber.
Soul searching on the Delbert Wilkins Show.
All right, soul searchers, I'm just about to open the love line. So if you want to find your ideal soulmate, then stay tuned, because you ain't going to find one anywhere else, especially not in a club. They're so loud. How are you supposed to get to know someone when it sounds like you got your head stuck up the exhaust pipe of a jumbo jet? I mean, unless you're brilliant at mime or semaphore, you got no way of getting across, you know what I mean? So, if you're more interested in romancing than dancing, in proposing than posing, then let your fingers do the talking and call Soul Search right now.
Soul searching.
All right, now remember on last week's Soul Search when we talked to Gary, who was into pets, and Sharon, who was well into gardening? Well, Soul Search got the two of them together, and now they're blissfully happy. Burying cats in the back garden. Music! Winston, where have you been? To Perrier itself to get the water. I've got listeners so frustrated and consumed with passion and emotion hanging on to this line, I could get pregnant.
Sorry, Delbert, I've been talking to Alex about some business. He's been picking my brains for ideas.
Yeah, well, that accounts for 1 second at a time. Give me that and get back to your post and help the love lawn.
Yeah? Hang on a sec. It's a woman.
That's supposed to put her in the mood for romance, is it, Winston? It's a woman. She's not ringing up for dino rod, you know.
She is in a way.
Yeah, hello. Hang on a sec. I'm sorry about my studio engineer. He had his brain wiped accidentally at birth. Yeah, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking to? All right, Debbie, what sort of geezer are you looking for? You're gonna have to find another way of putting that, you know, Debbie, because there are some things we can't say on the air, right? Yeah, we're coming to you next.
I was right then.
Yeah, that's the sound of Cupid, and this is your live connection to the Delbert Wilkins Soul Search. Call now.
Sorry, were you closing?
Oh, no, it's a new idea of Alex's. Open at 2:05 on a Sunday night and there's less competition. Look, I'm sorry, but I've got to go to bed sometime.
Lucky you. At least 5 hours before I can join you. I mean, before I get to my bed. So I'm too late for a kebab then.
Afraid so. No-night.
Julie, make the lad welcome. There's always room at this inn for the boys in blue.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks, Julie.
What'll it be? Anything in the shop, on the house?
Oh, what house is that, Alex?
No, I must pay for it. Avoids complications. Keep my nose clean, if you take my meaning.
Afraid you can't eat one of these without getting it dirty. Where are you off afterwards, NPC Monkhouse? A friend of mine has just been telling me about these warehouse parties.
Oh, no, sir, not for me. They're illegal. Besides, I don't get much time for social life. Same as you, I expect, Julie.
Oh, well, I might have a bit more time on my hands if we have another night as busy as this.
Illegal, eh? Why's that?
Well, these people break into an empty warehouse, ignore the fire regulations, cram it full of kids at £5 a head, serve liquor without a licence, and then they don't declare the profits to the taxman.
Shocking. They must be turning over more than 1,248 quid a night.
Yes, isn't it shocking to think, Alex, that there's people out there willing to exploit teenagers for a fast buck?
I'm glad you think that way too. Does that mean you might be having the odd evening off then, Julie?
Sorry, no, I'm never off duty, PC Monkhouse.
Oh, just call me Sebastian.
All right, Ignatius, thanks for calling Soul Search, man. Good luck. Yeah, you're through to the Dr. Ruth of Funk. Who's calling?
It's Claudette from Clapham Junction.
All right, a caller from the wrong side of the tracks. What sort of guy are you looking for, Claudette?
What are you doing tomorrow night?
Well, thanks very much for asking, Claudette, but I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss that, you know what I mean? I could be prosecuted under the Crucial Secrets Act. Besides, Delbert Wilkins is like his record collection. He must remain on the shelf and stay in his sleeves.
Oh, come on, Delbert, make an exception. I'm very special.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you are, Claudette, you know, but, look, I hope you find the guy you're looking for, and in the meantime, let's hope this cools your ardor. It's a bit of Dorothy Moore and Misty Blue.
What?
Winston, what are you playing at?
Stone blunt scissors, you lose.
Oh, don't do that, Delbert. I'm still here. Waiting for you. Hello.
She could have been quite nice, man.
Yeah, well, I'm saving myself, aren't I? I don't want to catch anything malicious.
But you can't from a phone.
You can if you say the wrong thing, Winston, like, sure, Claudette, come on over, bring a toothbrush and a spare pair of knickers.
Why do you encourage your listeners to do it, then?
Because if we didn't, we wouldn't have a programme, would we? And you wouldn't have a job on it.
Isn't that a bit hypocritical?
Again, Winston.
Paper covers stone.
Well, good night then, and thanks for everything.
It's only a kebab. And it's getting cold.
Yes. Night, Julie.
Fancy you being fancied by a copper.
Oh, leave it out, Alex. He's only trying to be human.
No, he's definitely got you under surveillance, Sebastian has.
Might I just have to ask him out in that case and, maybe invite him to this illegal warehouse party you're planning?
Hang on, I don't think you should go too far on a first date.
That's the essential Dorothy Moore expressing how me and Claudette of Clapham feel, because the rules of Soul Search don't allow me to participate, because if you work in the library, you can't steal the books, you know what I mean? Some other guys have already taken them out, right? So come on, guys, tell me the sort of person you're looking for. Let your fingers do the talking.
See? He wants nicking for that. Only I knew where he was.
I wonder what the number is.
We tried that. He used to belong to a phone box, went dancing off during the last Notting Hill Carnival. Good thinking there, Monkhouse.
No, I was thinking of bringing it up, actually. For personal reasons.
No way. You do that, Monkhouse, you'll be a bigger accessory than the Queen Mother's handbag. The only partner a policeman needs is his partner. Or a dog, of course.
Delbert, I'm looking for a partner. Have you thought about privatising the Soul Search? With you and me owning all the shares, we could clean up.
Alex, the Soul Search is a community service.
Yeah, I know. All I'm suggesting is charging each punter 20 quid for introduction, plus another 20 if they hit it off.
You mean have it off, right?
Whatever they're into, it's up to them. What's wrong with that?
Have you forgotten what it was like when the young Alex Kazoblis first arrived here in London with no home, no job, no friends, after travelling all those miles from Swindon? Wouldn't it have been easier if there'd been a Delbert Wilkins Soul Search ready to offer companionship for just the price of a call? Assuming the telephone had been invented by then, of course.
I couldn't agree more. Which leads to my follow-up suggestion. How would you like to host a Delbert Wilkins warehouse party with a personal appearance by the man himself?
A warehouse party? A PA? Yeah, man. I could lash them with hip-hop, scratch, rare groove, dubwise.
Yeah, just some records will be fine.
Yeah, man. I'll get Winston to organise the sound system and do the light show. He could drive me there, throw people out, then sling them back in again.
Yeah. Julie, come on, kebab stall. I'll be busy taking the money, our money.
Yeah. It'll be the first co-production of Wilkins and Kazoblis. We'll make Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber look like Sooty and Sweep. No, hang on a minute, they already do.
That'll be £5, dear, which includes your kebab, soft drink, and a ticket for the prize draw.
Thanks a lot.
There we go, Reverend. 3 for us, and 2 for you.
This is the best fundraising event we ever had. God bless Delbert.
All right, this is Delbert Wilkins live from the Warehouse of God. Get down on your knees. If anybody's got any requests, bring them to me and I won't play them. This is my show, you know what I mean? And if you've only got salad in your kebab, go and check with Alex, all right? More tunes coming up later. I'm sorry, we don't do dedications either.
Not even if it's to you.
Nice try, but I'm not open to bribes.
You don't know how much I've got to offer.
Young lady, please, remember where you are.
In a place sanctified for marriage. Is that what you have in mind?
If you think I'm going to say I do, you're very much mistaken. Are you always this familiar?
Only with people who play Misty Blue for me.
You Claudette?
And you're Delbert.
You're not like you sounded on the phone.
You're even better than you sound on the radio.
You know, you've got to hand it to these Pentecostal churches, Sarge. They really put some oomph into their worship.
Maybe they don't go in for compulsory attendance and keep the kids off the streets.
All right, pay attention now. Alex has just given me the winning ticket in the prize draw, which I can now reveal is for a candlelit dinner for 2 at London's most exclusive and romantic restaurant, the Kazoblis Kebab House, Brixton. At the table of your choice, to include a free glass of house water. What about that then, eh? Come on, it is a clean glass. And the winner is number 87.
This is my lucky night.
All right, come forward and collect your Muncham voucher from Alex. Right now it's time to chill out after all that excitement. Let's refrigerate and kick back with some live saxophone sounds direct from Las Vegas Caesar's Palace from an award-winning 6-month season where he paused for breath only twice. Will you give him a big hand? Uncle Jake, come on, y'all.
I'm gonna need a date to go with this.
I thought you might.
Let's talk and dance.
Winston, spotlight me.
What do you want the spotlight for? Illumination or protection?
Nah, it's just so that everybody can see what dance I'm doing, you know what I mean? I can be up to date.
What do you call this one then? The rejection?
Nah, it hasn't got a title yet. I'm just improvising some steps.
They all seem to be backwards. You're not frightened of me, are you?
Delbert Wilkins, frightened? Nah, man. Look, the word fear is not in my dictionary, mainly because the kid I sat next to at school had the front half and I had the back.
Ah, so you would know what slow means then. Come on. I'm not gonna bite you.
Nothing, it's just I've got to get back to work up there. Look, nice marrying, I mean...
I'm glad you think that, because we're having dinner together on Saturday.
If you know how to rock, say yeah. Yeah. If you know how to party, say oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right,
right, we've got some serious tunes coming up for you tonight. We've got kebabs, we've got soft drinks, the loser upstairs. Take your jackets off, take your hats off. It's time to get funky, you know what I mean? Where's the Camberwell posse? Oh, they're not here, good.
Delbert, how's it life?
Threatened. Uncle Jake, I need a wicked suit by Saturday night.
Sure. What kind of material you got your eye on?
Armour. My body's in danger. I want a double-breasted, three-button cuffs and a matching helmet.
What's the story, Delbert? You planning on helping a damsel in distress? Climbing up the maiden's hair to rescue her from the bad castle?
No, I want to keep her out of my hair. I need some advice about women.
I know. There's nothing worse than a handsome guy being chased by an ugly chick.
Listen up, we don't refer to women in those terms anymore. That went out with wolf whistles.
When did they go out?
She was gorgeous, actually.
So, what's the problem?
She just came on a bit strong.
Again, what's the problem? It saves time. No use in messing about when you young folks wants to get at it.
That's another thing, Uncle Jake. The days of wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, have long gone, all right?
They have?
Yeah! We've got too many other worries nowadays, haven't we? You know, like safe sex. You probably think that means when the lady's husband's out on the night shift. To me, it means having a bit of respect for your partner. Contraception, for instance.
Contra what?
Well, let me put it this way. You wouldn't dream of sewing something, would you, without wearing a thimble to protect your thumb?
Oh, yes. Why?
Uncle Jack, what's the matter with you?
Just a bit bushed. I pulled this really great-looking chick at your gig last night. We went back to her place and did the deed. So my advice to you is, have some more of those parties, boy!
I don't think you should be allowed out for a while, Uncle.
Yeah, Delbert. Can you host another party on Saturday night?
No, because he's got a date.
Oh, lucky lad. I hope you're thinking of bringing her to the Kozovli Kebab House for a romantic dinner.
He's got no choice. It's the girl who won the raffle.
Look, guys, why don't you just check out the Rapping Reverend? I ain't into that.
Oh, what, so you are free to work for me on Saturday?
Alex, I just do not need this pressure, all right?
You know what, Winston?
What?
I reckon the Prince of Cool is losing his bottle.
That's telling them, Reverend.
Why are you in such a panic about a simple thing like seeing a girl, Delbert?
I am not in a panic, Winston.
Yes, you are. You're cracking your knuckles. Look, she may not want to marry you, you know, if that's what you're frightened about.
Oh, don't be silly, Winston. I am Delbert Wilkins. Of course you'll want to marry me. I just don't want to disappoint a girl, that's all.
Look, I didn't like it when Pauline said she didn't want to be married to me anymore. But I didn't want any argument, so I let her go. Women have the right to say no too, Delbert.
Yeah, well, then I couldn't stand the rejection.
Go for it, man. Get to know the girl as a friend. No pressure.
Yeah, thanks, Winston. Yeah, I'll give this girl a break. I'll take her out. But I'm not bringing her here. I'll take her somewhere nice. That new yuppie restaurant down the road. Got a good rating in the food guide. 3 Filofaxes. Instead of a menu, why don't they put something really useful in the window? Like a mirror. Or the Delbert Wilkins Guide to Cruciality. This week, how to handle that tricky first date. You know the problems, guys. You're just about to hang with your new lady. Suddenly your armpits turn into shower units. Your tongue swells to 7 times its normal size. You can't speak properly, but you could lick the window clean if you wanted to. How do you maintain your cool? Answer, be totally prepared. Have all your chat memorized before you go in. Write it on your hand if necessary, so that if you do get tongue-tied, you can always show it to her. Otherwise, you'll find yourself saying really dumb things like, did you have any trouble getting here this evening? Well, if she had, she wouldn't be sitting there waiting for you, would she? So, that's the way to stay crucial. Keep your brain in overdrive and your body totally sedated. Well, not too sedated.
Monsieur?
Yeah, I'm sure too. Delbert Wilkins. I'm from the Brixton Broadcasting Corporation. I'm here to do a review, anonymously, of course.
No, that is no problem, monsieur. I've never heard of you. Your guest has arrived.
Hi.
Did you have any trouble getting here?
Well, I seem to have reduced the great Delbert Wilkins to silence.
I made a bad start, didn't I? How was I tonight was a hot towel and not a pancake.
At least you only ate a bit of it. I would have thought you came to this sort of place all the time.
There's no need to when your mum's such a great cook. I don't go around there all the time.
Does she mind you calling yourself Delbert Wilkins?
Sorry?
Well, I thought all you pirate disc jockeys had to assume silly names, you know, for security reasons.
Thanks very much. It happens to be my real name. This is the actual me. With Delbert Wilkins, what you see is what you get. Unless it's a hot towel. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm obviously not the sort of showbiz personality you thought I was.
Yeah, well, I'm not a groupie either, you know.
Oh, no! You just proposition me on the air with heavy-breathing phone calls, and then you grapple me to the ground on the dance floor. Very Felicity Kendall, I don't think.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? But you see, I thought that was what the other Delbert Wilkins went for in a girl. Fast-talking, no-nonsense, direct, cool. Nah, not cool. Aloof and very arrogant.
Is that how I come across?
Yeah, sometimes.
No wonder I can't attract any women. So you're not really hard-boiled and aggressive, then?
No! I'm just a hard-working girl on her own who listens to you on the radio in her spare time.
Well, look. Maybe we ought to get to know the real us instead of these other two people here. We can always move to another table if you like.
Froid de vœux pour madame.
Thank you.
And pour monsieur, saumon en papillote.
You're not catching me out like that again, mate. All right, welcome to Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Today, how the real Delbert Wilkins spends his Sunday mornings.
Getting fish stains off his shirt. Here, let me help you with that, Delbert.
Oh, thanks. See how down to earth I am, really? Just set the washing program for silks, will you?
The Lord seems to have found Delbert a good woman to tend his smiles.
You come along in the nick of time, my dear. We were starting to think that Delbert was antisocial.
Well, I can assure you he isn't.
How do you know that, you scarlet woman? Delbert, have you been misbehaving? Wait till the matter here about this. You visit to one of our own hospital beds.
How long does this take?
Well, there's another half hour of being put through the ringer and then a final 10 minutes of mudslinging. Don't worry, I'm getting fed up with it as well. Reality, when the capital C, when the big black wolf wouldn't mess with me, and I'm original. My style is unique, and I'm rocking this mic 8 days a week. I'm a secret quest to free you from doom. My technicolor suit lights up this room. Don't be so sad, cause I have to go. Just press rewind and watch the video. I'm a heavyweight, always make the front page. Just like a tiger should be in a cage. I'm wanted for my impeccable taste. 7 changes of clothes, just in case.